Hi, I'm John with Orange ModWorks, and this is our Stage 2 Unleashed Performance Kit for the Nerf Recon. Let's take a look at what's inside. Alright, this is our Stage 2 kit. It comes with everything you need to make your Recon just about indestructible. We have a zinc alloy bolt sled, and an aluminum alloy breech and plunger. This helps cut down the weight and lets the spring not have to work as hard to move the plunger. You also get an O-ring, a retention pin, silicone-based grease for the O-ring, 2 stickers, and an install guide. Now, the plunger already has a rubber buffer in the back, so you do not need to add additional padding. Additional padding may cause your breech assembly to sit too far forward, creating jams. Now, these breeches have been remachined from our original to be a lot more dart friendly with stock darts. Okay, now let's take a look at how to assemble this kit. Okay, now to assemble these internals and make them ready for installation, first thing you're going to want to do is take the O-ring and slip it over the rear of the breech here. And then take your silicone-based grease, and you'll notice there's a pointy section on the tip of the cap here. Break the seal with the cap. I've already done it on this one, but you just puncture the metal seal there to open the grease pack. Then lube up the O-ring. Be pretty generous because this is rubber on metal contact, so you don't want the rubber to wear down. Apply a lot of grease there, and then put some on your finger and apply it to the inside of the plunger. It'll feel a little rough at first, but the grease just has to get a good coating going on the inside there. After that, if it still feels a little rough, go ahead and add some more. Don't add a whole lot all at once, because what will happen is the O-ring on the breech will just push it to the bottom here, and it will just sit down there and won't help you much. So go ahead and, if you have to, do 2 separate applications. There we go. Alright, now align the hook portion of the plunger with the top of the breech, because that's how it's going to go in. Okay, next, hook the breech up under the bolt sled and insert the pin. One part of the pin is hammered flat, and that is going to be sticking out, so put the cylindrical side of the pin in first. And don't hammer it or anything, because you run the risk of bending the bolt sled if you do that. What I like to do is just set it down on a table and roll it in with your body weight. Oh, hold on. Don't damage your table with that pin, so it's better to press into a piece of scrap wood or on a floor that won't get dented. Now, after applying body weight, if the pin is still sticking out a little bit, go ahead and take pliers, adjustable preferably, and open them up a bit and just grip the pin on either side of the bolt sled with the edge of the plier. The edge of the plier closest to my thumb is on top of the pin, and this side is grabbing the side of the bolt sled, and just squeeze lightly, and it will push the pin in flush with the bolt sled. Like that. Alright, and there it is. You want to make sure that's flush, because if not, it'll rub on the inside of the plastic and can make it more difficult to prime. Also, don't forget to check your air seal. You'll notice that it's still a little gritty, but go ahead and cover the breech with your thumb and pull. There it is. Okay, now the last step, for those of you who have Recons with the small bolt sled lock, if you choose to install the bolt sled lock, you can go ahead and do that. The screws will tap into the metal here because it's softer. Now, L series Recons, if you look at the serial number, which is right next to the magazine well, L series Recons have a large bolt sled lock that does not fit in these bolt sleds, so just be aware of that. But you actually do not need this piece in order for your blaster to function. And if most people take it out because it lets you deprime the blaster. You can prime it, remove your magazine, hold the priming handle, and pull the trigger, and let it in forward. This is if you already have your blaster primed forward with a dart ready to fire, and you don't want to fire that dart for whatever reason. You can then reprime it, drop the mag, and pull the trigger and let it down nice and easy. Okay, so just insert the parts and put on the cover. And screw in the screws, and they will tap into the zinc and hold pretty tightly. Actually, just as tight as if they were in the plastic. If you're having trouble getting the screws in, I know sometimes the holes, there's always a possibility that they're off. What we found is that if you take a 5/64 inch drill bit, you can just clean up those holes, but that's sort of an optional step there. Alright, now you're ready to drop this into your Recon. Just pull out the stock parts, set this in, slide it up under the dart tooth, and take it from there. I would recommend testing with your stock spring first. Just screw it, put in maybe 80% of the screws and leave the ones in the handle area out, so you can easily pull off the back cap and swap springs. So test it out with your stock spring first, just to make sure everything's functioning properly, and then you can throw in the 6 kg spring, and you'll be pleasantly surprised with the distance and the power you get out of these things. Alright, now that the kit is assembled, let's get a side-by-side comparison at the chrono between this Stage 2 kit and a stock Recon. As you recall from our earlier Kit 1 videos, they achieved around 75-80 feet per second. So let's compare it to this Kit 2. So as you can see, there's a bit of an improvement, and not to mention the durability you get with this kit. Thanks for watching.